Hi there, how's it going? Welcome to Enhancing the Human Experience. On this episode of the show, we're going to be talking all about a being board. And a being board is a powerful tool for personal transformation. I've talked about this before in prior episodes. And why do we care about personal transformation? Because in the game of life, that's really all there is, isn't it? When you show up different in the world, when you become the best version of yourself, when you adopt qualities, characteristics, and attributes that are really high level, really high success oriented and aligned with success, you're going to have success, right? You're going to realize success in your business, in your professional life, your personal life, all areas of it. But it really depends on transforming yourself and becoming the best version of yourself, stepping into your greatness, so to speak. So I'm really excited about this episode. I'm going to be sharing with you a new insight and a new way to look at the process of creating a being board and actually using it on a day-to-day basis. Before we get into that, I just want to remind you that if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who you think might benefit from the content. And also leave a comment below if you have something to say about the episode. I'd love to hear your feedback. And why not subscribe to the channel to receive all of these videos when they come out. All right, so getting into the being board. Now, for those of you who have listened to the podcast before, I've talked about the being board before. It is one of the free downloads, and I actually have a whole separate video on how to make it and the mindset and the process to go through at justbeitbook.com. It's one of the exercises that I created to support the material in that book because, when we adopt knowledge and when we implement knowledge and actually apply it, we get much better results, don't we, in life? So this is one of the tools that I created to support the knowledge in that book and actually help you apply that knowledge, I've talked about the 8x10 being board before. This is the 8x10 that I made of success, just kind of a general principle, success qualities, and I talk about this process in that example that I talk about in the book at justbeitbook.com. But basically, you're going to get images and you're going to find images from the internet that represent success to you. These could be people that are successful, ideas that are the embodiment of success, images that conjure up a successful feeling within yourself. The principle is very much like a vision board. But the difference between a being board and a vision board is this. The vision board represents the things and experiences and circumstances that you want to have. The being board, on the other hand, represents who you need to be to cause those things, right? To bring those experiences to you in the world, to be a magnet for them. So it's really two sides of the same coin. We do live in a universe that is ruled by cause and effect, and when you become the cause, when you become the person who can affect the world and show up in the way that will attract those experiences and circumstances to you, you're going to have them. So the being board is all about the cause. It's all about you, your internal state of being. And the vision board that you have already made, probably, if you're super excited about this type of manifestation stuff, is all about the things and experiences you want to have. Now, they work in tandem with one another, don't they? You don't want to have just one without the other. You want them to play off one another, because if you just focus on being, the best person you can be and being the best version of yourself and who you need to be, then that just is going to have you create a lot of success. But when you talk about the vision that you want to have, that focuses where you want to create your energies and what you want to do in the world. And so they really are represent, and they really support each other. They really support each other on your journey. So the thing about a being board is it's the process that you go through while making it that really counts. It's not this piece of paper or the larger 8x10. It's what you think about, and what causes you to think about who you need to become as you're building the being board, as you're going through the pre-process, which the pre-process of building a being board is actually contemplating and thinking about who you need to become in order to realize your goals and dreams in life. What qualities, characteristics, and attributes you need to embody. And that comes from looking at successful people who have achieved similar results that you want in life. That comes from self-introspection. That comes from just success principles in general, right? We all know successful qualities, driven, tenacious, determined, bold, creative. All of those qualities will help you achieve success when you embody them. So the practice is where the real magic is. It's not in this little piece of paper. It's just like anything in life. The real magic is in the journey. The real magic is in who you're becoming on your journey. It's not in the end result, because once you get to the end, there's really nothing there for you other than maybe a moment of appreciation and gratitude for realizing that. But then what we have to do is get back on the trail and keep walking to new destinations, higher and higher levels of achievement and creating in the world. So it's the process that is the magic, and that's like anything in life. So to start with, just get a sheet of paper and identify qualities, like I talked about before, that you need to embody in order to achieve your goals and dreams. And then when you go to the internet to find images and pictures or words, like I've got a bunch of words here that represent those qualities, this is actually the fun component, right? If you're into that kind of thing, if you're into vision boards, you're going to love this process. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to make the visual representation. Your list is enough. And if you have written it on 8x10, maybe you want to write it on 3x5 so you can carry it with you throughout the day. Because again, this is where all the magic happens. How you are, how you show up in the world is going to directly impact the things and experiences that you're going to attract to yourself, the things you're going to do, the actions you're going to take, the way you're going to take those actions. It's all connected with your state of being. We have to realize that being is the foundation of everything that we do and have in life. There's a reason that the classic success formula, be, do, have, begins with be, because everything flows from your conditioned state of being. And a lot of people, I think, overlook this because it's somewhat of an amoeba. What's the word I'm thinking of? It's somewhat a different concept to kind of wrap your mind around, being, right? But if we could just go off on a tangent for a moment, what being really is your nature or essence that is always flowing through you, right? Being is an ing, so that means it's in active quality, it's an active state. If it was just be, it would just be a one-time event. But since it's an ing, it is changeable. It's like walking or skiing or running. You're in motion. And what it really is the energies within yourselves, the thoughts within yourselves are moving in your consciousness and flowing through you, and your essence and nature is flowing through you. So your state of being is always in flux. It is dynamic. It is changeable at any point in time. This is why if you're feeling depressed or a little bit down, you can change that very quickly by changing your thoughts and by moving thoughts into your consciousness and into your body that raise that vibration, right? Being is very similar to your vibration or your the energies that are within yourself. Just remember that it's an ing, it's always in flow, it's always in process, and it is your nature or essence, and it's changeable. That's the key right there too. The way you were yesterday does not have to be the way you show up in the world today, or the way you were a minute ago does not have to be the way you show up in the world now. It can be changed in an instant, and sometimes this is what we have to do. But the idea is that when you show up in the world differently, you're going to get different results. You're going to attract different experiences. And everything's going to flow from that conditioned state of being. All of your experiences are going to flow from the mindset that you show up in the world with, right? And the essence and nature that you embody as you go out into the world. So it's a really powerful process. Now the visual representation, just take it a little bit further. But like I said, you don't even really need to do that. You could just write down the qualities, characteristics, and attributes that you want to embody on your list. Now, here's the real kicker, and I want to share this new way of looking at and using a being board. So we've already talked about you being the cause of the experiences and circumstances that you attract in life. That's really clear. We've covered that. What I want to talk about now is being the effect of those experiences, actually being that experience. You want to be healthy, being healthy. You want to be wealthy, being wealthy, or being successful, like success is this other being board here. But what we're doing here is we're covering all aspects of the spectrum of cause and effect. You're not only the cause, but you're also being the effect. That way you cover all aspects of that and you don't leave anything out. Because what can happen, like I talked about before, if you just focus on being successful, being tenacious, being driven and bold and determined, all those factors, that'll get you far, right? But if you don't have something to guide you and a target in mind, which is the end result, live in the end, Neville Goddard, if you don't live in the end and actually embody the effect of the thing that you want, you may miss it, because that's your targeting focus, right? It's not about, well, I shouldn't say that. It's about both things. Life is about developing ourselves, but it's also about realizing our end goal, isn't it? If you just develop yourself without an end goal, that leaves kind of the fruit on the table. That leaves the fun, part of the fun out of it. It's fun to develop ourselves. It's also fun to realize our goals and objectives and realize those results, isn't it? So what I recommend is that in addition to putting images and words and pictures on here that represent who you need to become, who you need to be in the world to get what you want, I recommend that you put some images, some pictures that represent what you want on your being board. Not thinking of who you need to be, but the effect or the actual result of what you want on your being board. That way it's gonna supercharge your being board and cover all those aspects, and you're gonna be able to focus on being successful, because you can embody success, right? You don't have to just focus on embodying the causes of success. You can embody success and get there very quickly. And this gives you the ability to do a quantum leap in your manifestation process and actually get there faster and live in the end. Start each day living in the end, and you'll actually create a lot of the experiences faster than you would if you started on, being the cause of it. So live in the end all the time. And putting those images on your being board will help you do that more readily. Maybe do half and half or some percentage, but don't forget to live in the end. Don't forget to be the be the effect of the experiences that you want to have in addition to being the cause. So it's a new way to look at the being board, something that I haven't really talked about before and haven't focused on. Prior, it was all focused on being the cause, which is super valuable as well. But this will give you a new way to supercharge your being board. So don't just focus on being the cause, also focus on being the effect or the result, or focus on already having the experiences that you're trying to cause in life. Right? Don't leave that out. It's a powerful process. All right. Well, that's the show. I hope that's helpful. Like I said, if you'd like to learn more about the being board or the other tools that come along with the free book, in my book, Just Be It, you can check out justbeitbook.com. There's links on my website, gmarkphillips.com, or below this post. I always include those links. It's a really powerful process. If you take nothing else away from this video, just remember this. We live in a universe ruled by cause and effect. You're the cause of every effect that happens to you. Never forget that. Everything that happens to you is a direct result of how you're showing up in the world. Your state of consciousness, your state of activity, the way you present yourself in the world, the thoughts that are going through your mind. You're the cause of all the experiences that you have, whether it's in your professional life or your personal life. If you focus on being the right cause, a cause that is aligned with the experiences you want to have, you're going to have them. It's an internal job for the most part. Maybe if you want to put some numbers to it, maybe 90% internal, 10% external, maybe 80-20, whatever you feel comfortable with. But in the game of life, when it comes to personal transformation, it's an inside job for the most part. Changing who you are, changing your self-concept, and then showing up in the world in that way. That's how it gets all done, right? So don't just start taking a lot of actions and just getting out there and exhausting yourself without getting that mindset or the state of being of a successful person who can create those results. So remember to always cultivate that state of being first. And if you forget, write down the classic success formula. Be, do, have. It's not do, be, have, or it's not have, do, be. It's be, do, have. Being is the foundation. Always, always remember that. All right, I'm going to end on that note. Hey, I want to thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. And until next time, all the best. Health, wealth, and success. Bye-bye.